All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome. How you guys doing this morning? This is your morning message for October 16th. We are having the new moon in Libra. I did that reading and posted it last night. It was very, very interesting to me, the direction that took. So now let's do our morning message and see where we go. For those of you on Patreon, the individual zodiac readings for mid-October are up. It's one gigantic reading, okay? So it's a check-in with all the energies for mid-October, so that's there. Excuse me. At noon today, I'll be doing a live. This week, it's going to be about earth signs featuring Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. I'm also going to do a separate reading for all watching, no matter when you're watching. Those individual zodiac readings at noon, each Capricorn's going to get its own reading. Taurus is going to get its own reading. I just want you to be clear about that. So please join us if you can. And at 1 o'clock for the members roundup, we are going to be doing a weekend singles reading, all zodiac. Okay? So if you want to join that, there's a join button on the channel. You can do that. You can watch the noon. Join us however you want to, over on Patreon if you like. All right, let's see what's going on here. This is kind of, I've been getting some jumpy energy. I did that in the Patreon all zodiac reading yesterday. I definitely felt like that to me, like very jumpy. Like, whoa, what do you mean? Right? Like that kind of stuff. What do you mean? What do you mean, Ten of Swords? What are you talking about? Stay focused. Let's try to stay focused, people. Focus. Embracing enthusiasm. Be in high vibration. Stay focused. Take a risk. Adventure forward. That is what the future is showing me in a lot of different readings, that the path forward is going to represent a risk. It is also going to represent a great adventure. So those of you who have been paying attention to all the astrology, the astrological movements, Mars in retrograde, Mercury now in retrograde until the day of the election, which is kind of crazy here in the United States, and Mars in aspect to Aries, or in Aries until January. So things are. Mars is really interesting energy, and with this Libra new moon, the beautiful call for justice and balance, Mars is more like I want to do it my way. Okay, so there's all this energy floating around right now in the universe. So stay focused on where you're headed. Okay, stay focused on what you're looking to manifest in this world. Just chill. All right, Nine of Swords underneath. Knight of Swords. Five of Swords. Woo! Devil energy. Oh my word. The karmic energy is rearing its head right now. Five of Wands. Six of Swords. Moving on from this. Page of Wands being inspired. Four of Swords. Seven of Cups. Oh my word. Eight of Swords. This looks like a lot of strife. The empire was beset with strife. The first line of the fall of the Holy Roman Empire. If you've ever read that, if you were forced to read that in college, that is the line. And it certainly does have some ring of familiarity to it these days. So I feel like this is all going on. It's almost like some of you, I'm in this boat, okay? We've got lots of boats here. I'm in this boat too, about having a really hard time sleeping lately. Getting woken up, I'm awake from 2:50 in the morning until 4:30 usually. For the last couple weeks, it seemed like it's been happening. And so I've been doing a lot of self-care to help myself, move through that. But it's sort of like things you're seeing in your dreams, things that you're afraid of, everything. With Mercury in retrograde, it's not only in retrograde, it's in retrograde in Scorpio, okay? So the Scorpio energy of things coming out of the darkness, things that scare us, things that are unseen, things that we don't want to see, Okay, it's like, oh, I don't want to look at that. But there's still a fascination to it. It's like you can't take your eyes away from it at the same time. Okay, so right now there is this strife. This feels, it feels like there's a battle raging right now. Knight of Swords and Five of Swords. People doing what is in their own best interest. There's a level of selfishness that I talked about in the Libra new moon energy reading you might want to take a look at. This karmic energy is something that we have gotten ourselves into, and we are going to have to get ourselves out. Okay? There is this energy of, hey, you got here, you can figure it out, you're going to have to figure it out. It's like when you say to a 3-year-old when they've painted themselves into a corner or they've done something and they're like all hanging upside down, they're all, hey, you got yourself there, that means you can get yourself out. But the thing is that we cannot create our solutions with the same mind that created the problems. Okay? I believe Einstein said that. And we have to move into a new mindset. We cannot be of the same mind, okay? We have to be inspired by a new mindset. So this energy of combativeness. So if this is going on in your personal life, it can be that you are connected to a toxic individual, connected to in a toxic relationship, and you don't know how to get out of it because you keep thinking about it in the same way as what got you there. All right, you keep going over and over in your mind and like, you know, how can I move on from this? And you keep thinking it's solutions and what you normally have done in the past. This requires a whole new way of thinking. Okay, a new way of looking at the relationship. So I like this high vibration. Shout to the heavens with happiness. There is a certain amount of meditation on that which you hope to create, right? Manifest it that way. And know that it's going to be a risk, but it will be a great adventure. Gonna really need to stay focused, okay? Stay focused on your goal. What is the end result? The end result is happiness, peaceful, joyful. You know, what is it? Because right now, I feel like there's a loss of vision, a loss of leadership, a loss of collective vision. And so there's this idea of like, there's a little bit of escapism, but it's not escapism in the head in the sand kind of way. It's more of like I am just going to leave that behind kind of way. If you all want to fight about this, you all fight about it. If you want to be in that relationship, if you want to be in that energy, you just, God love you. Good, go for it, right? I'm not in. I'm all out, okay? So this is definitely about moving out of that and being inspirational to other people by what you're doing, by how you're choosing to experience what's going on right now over the next 6 weeks, I'm going to say, okay? That's a timing card here. So there is a lot of self-care that's required, okay? There's a stressful situation going on right now. Also a lot of confusion. Mercury in retrograde creates a lot of confusion. And this is almost like, you know, asleep and then having these dreams of, you know, just crazy kind of dreams, really the wild energy and being woken up in the middle of the night by it. There's a certain feeling of powerlessness here. Okay, the devil energy and the Eight of Swords. There's a little bit of that. A lot of confusion, a lot of strife, I'm going to get some clarity around these cards. Let me use a separate deck here, okay? So I'd like to clarify the Five of Swords here. I'm just going to get one card for each of these things. Five of Swords, please clarify the Five of Swords. Two of Cups. What used to be harmonious is now not. What used to be easy is now not. What used to be see eye to eye is definitely now not. I feel like anger has played a role in this becoming out of balance. Please clarify the devil energy for me. Knight of Pentacles. There's a certain stuckness to this. This is earth energy. Lots of people stuck in the 3D experience of what's going on. Lots of people feeling unable to move on, and so they create this strife, this anger, frustration, taking it out on other people. I feel like there's a very heavy energy here of, you know, digging in one's heels. All right. So you could be dealing with, if this is on a personal level, you could be dealing with a Capricorn or a Virgo. Now, the Six of Swords here, please clarify that. Five of Wands again. One more, please. Eight of Swords again. Okay, I can't help myself. Seven of Cups again, right? King of Cups. This has to be, these cards are all here again. So the Six of Swords is trying to move on from Seven of Cups, Eight of Swords, Five of Wands. Trying to move on from that. But I feel like there's not a lot of really good conversation into where we're going. All right? There's not a lot of collective feeling that we are all going in the same direction or all rowing the boat in the same direction. There's much more of a feeling of helplessness and hopelessness and things like that. So there's a lot of feelings here, but the communication is not happening. So please clarify the Seven of Cups. Seven of Swords, lies, deception. Please clarify the Eight of Swords. Four of Cups, stubbornness. I'm getting that. So there's a willful blindness here in this Eight of Swords. There's stubbornness, there's lies, deception, cheating, stealing, just like anarchy here, okay? There is a certain, in this card to me, I always feel like there's a certain every man for himself kind of a feeling, rather than we're going to row the boat together. And I feel like that's because of a lack of shared vision or leadership, a lack of shared, what's really our mission, what's really our plan. I feel like that when Jupiter moves into Aquarius is about society. I feel like there's going to be some kind of shared vision, okay? And this is going to be at great risk and at great peril in between now and then, because there's no real shared vision or shared reality in any way. Okay. At the same time, there's stubbornness, a lack of vision, a lack of seeing the other side of things, confusion, lies, deception, a focus on the material world, a loss of love, a real loss of love here. Okay. So from a personal perspective, this is a relationship that could have become so overwhelmed with my side and your side that it feels very far apart. This feels very far apart. And I feel like what's trying to come through, though, is this hope, this enthusiasm. What's trying to come through is not the scariness necessarily. The scariness exists in the day. What's trying to come through at night is the answer. All right, that's what's trying to come through. So if you're having a sleep problem like me, maybe you want to write some stuff down that is occurring to you in these interludes of wakefulness, because what's trying to come through is the answer. Okay, that's what's trying to come through. Please clarify the Nine of Swords for me. World, Queen of Wands, Page of Cups, Queen of Swords. So this is what is trying to come through is the solution. And there is going to be some kind of meeting of the minds, Queen of Wands and Queen of Swords. The feminine energy is going to do this. The feminine energy is going to bring us together. The masculine energy is busy fighting. Okay. So what's needed here is the feminine energy of, kindness and compassion. That is the thing that is going to bring together the situation. So in a person, and have a new beginning, a new passionate new beginning. So in a personal situation, instead of being the Mars energy, right, with the Mars in retrograde, that is what we're experiencing right now, you might want to revert to the Venus energy. Okay, that's the counterpart of Mars. The Venus energy I'm going to look it up for you, and I'll talk about it in the extended. The Venus energy and how to employ that Venus energy right now for its most impactful expression. Okay? Oh, hold on. One around the Venus energy here. Purity. I'm going to read that to you. There will be an extended for this. If you're on Patreon, you're going to see it come right up after this video. If you're on YouTube, you can catch it on Vimeo. Let me read Purity here. That's interesting. I've gotten this card before a couple of times this week. In the seemingly random moments of feeling, you tend to reach into the past memory of experience and dictate into the present what the emotions of the moment should be. What if you approach each presentation from others with a possibility that the dualistic judgment of your path may be dictating your intentions? With the energy of innocence, there may be an opportunity to gain a better understanding of all the forces that make up the moment. Wow. This is the energy of looking at things from a child's perspective, looking at things with new eyes. It's not that you should not trust your instincts, but instincts gained from prior wounds serve no one. As an empath, you can feel beyond the pictures and the labels of your wounded past. By staying in the innocence of the experience, just as a child feels, emotions can be navigated from one experience to the next without the burden of emotional baggage. That is what's necessary right now, is the openness, the trustworthiness, the ability to share, the ability to come to the table with all options available. Purity. My goodness. Wow. All right, I'm going to look up Venus. I'm going to talk more about that in the extended. I'm going to see where we go with this. That's pretty powerful. That is pretty powerful. All right, my darlings. Link is below for you if you want to continue on. I'll see you over there.